Are you authentic? If you're not passionate about what you're talking about, how can you expect other people to be? Hi, my name is Taylor, and the last chapter of Talk Like Ted hit me the most because it was about staying in your own lane and the importance of authenticity and passion when it comes to public speaking. You can learn from others and what they've gone through and achieved through public speaking, but you'll never leave a long lasting impression on them unless you make a mark. Throughout my presentation, I address the key points on how to be authentic and passionate throughout your presentation and why it's so important to stay in your own lane and be confident about what you're talking about. The first tip that I came up with was speaking with confidence. This includes enunciating when you're speaking, having good posture, using hand motions, just really making sure that the audience knows that you know what you're talking about and speaking from the heart. The next is choosing a topic that you're passionate about. If you don't care about your topic and it doesn't mean much to you, then that's going to be very obvious to the audience and they're not going to care either. Next is incorporating your own twist to your presentation and really making it your own and adding some personality. For example, you could sing a song, you could wear a certain thing, you could say a certain thing, a catchphrase, just something that adds personality to your presentation. Next, we have cracking some jokes. Jokes are a really good way to engage with the audience because it draws their attention in, it makes them laugh. Everybody likes to laugh, and it really just loosens the mood a little bit, gets people thinking. It's just a really good icebreaker. And finally, we have telling your own story. So this one is very, very important because storytelling is one of the best ways of communication and public speaking. It just adds your own personal twist to your presentation and it allows the audience to connect with you in some sort of way. And it just shows that you know what you're talking about. You have personal experience. Like, let the audience know a little bit about you. Like, let them get to know you. Now that you know some tips on adding some authenticity into your presentation, we will now be discussing what Carmen Gallo thinks. And a quote that I think speaks volumes is most people can spot a phony. If you try to be something or someone that you're not, you'll fail to gain the trust of your audience. I feel like this is very accurate because an audience can tell if you're being fake or if you're portraying someone who you're really not, and they're not going to like that because no one wants to listen to someone who they don't really trust fully. With having authenticity comes knowing and loving yourself. In order to connect with the audience, you have to connect with yourself and your topic first. There are many paths in life, so staying true to yourself can seem impossible. However, staying in your own lane and not trying to be someone that you're not is not only essential while presenting, but also essential to having happiness in life. And people listen and follow people who have confidence and passion. So being honest with yourself about who you are and accepting it is the most important step to having authenticity in your life. And a TED Talk that really resonated with me about this is called Being Authentic in a Filtered World by Rachel D'Alto. And she does a really good job of just explaining why it's important to be honest with yourself and others. So I'll put a clip of that in right now.
We got married at 25, had a beautiful baby girl at 30, and we had an amazing life. We lived on the water, drove great cars, threw great parties. It was a blast. And at 30, I decided to start my own business, and I've had a great ride ever since. Sounds like a great life, doesn't it? Maybe even perfect. The problem is, it's a lie. Well, the elements of it are true, but so much of it is filtered, so many relevant parts are omitted, that frankly, lying by omission, it's still a lie. But don't we do that all the time? On social media, with our friends, with our colleagues. We tell them what we think they want to hear, or how you think they want to see you. And we show them a highlight reel because we're programmed that getting likes and validation for being somehow the best version of yourself is the only way to live. and it's not true. Speaking of the truth, would you like to hear that? So I was a ginormous baby. You could ask my mom, but she'll tell you actually without asking. I was 10 pounds, 1 ounce.
So she basically just continues on sharing her true story and what really happened. And it says a lot because she's not embarrassed or ashamed to share the truth of who she is and what the actions that led up to who she is today. And another quote from the book that means a lot is it takes courage to stay in your own lane. It takes courage to be honest with yourself and others about who you are, especially in our generation with social media. Everything just seems so gilded and fake, but it does take courage to be honest. And in conclusion, when presenting, always remember to stay true to yourself and add your own twist on things. Make your presentation memorable by your energy, your passion, your heart, and say everything with your chest and never question yourself. I know it can seem difficult if you have stage fright or if you are just not comfortable with speaking in front of others, but the best way to overcome that is learning to be comfortable with yourself first. So thank you so much. I hope you guys learned something about presentations today. And yeah, thank you.